Here again with Dogman, sideshow, conversational interviews that we think you'll enjoy. We're here with a pillar of the community, leader of youth, leader of men. They call him the coach. And we're here to discuss all manner of things. First, pre-show topic, the chariots of the gods. We're discussing Mount Olympus and its connection with possible extraterrestrial?
I guess.
You said each one has a Roman name, a Greek name. You were discussing Mount Olympus.
Yeah. Well, no, in the old days, they used to say, they told everybody, stay away from that mountain. Stay away from it. So people, they worshipped it because they said, every time you go near it, the gods get mad and the mountain blows its top. The top goes up. Well, it was a giant flying saucer sitting on top, I think. What else could it have been? Because they said that it actually rose. So they got away from it.
Yeah.
But in the days before vehicles, even before motor vehicles or anything like that, so it was unheard of. You know, why? Just stay away from it. Well, yeah, the flying saucer, they got closer, so he got away from them. You see, so they finally decided, no, too many people around. Let's go up to the ocean. So that's my belief.
That's definitely interesting. The gods retreated from the world.
That's a theory. I mean, that I think.
No, I mean that's why we're here. We're here to discuss things like that. Some people discuss missing time, that they'll be driving along the freeway or they'll go camping and they'll see a light in the sky or they'll see something pass through the trees and just a brief flash of something. They don't know what, they don't remember what, and it's the next morning. They don't remember anything, what happened. They're sometimes in a different location.
Right.
And yep, exactly, the light is all they really remember.
I think that's possible, yeah.
There's been multiple documented reports of it, but as far as what it means, it's strange. Because if you leave, because as far as physics is concerned, time and space are intertwined within the realm of our reality. If you leave where we are, you might be able to leave time.
Yeah, but when you go to an operation where they put you to sleep, okay, that time they're cutting you open and working on you, well, you're asleep.
Or like being a blackout.
When you wake up slowly, it could be 5, 6, 7 hours, like 7 hours. Okay, how about that time? You barely remember. You don't remember. You remember them giving you the gas and falling asleep barely. And you also remember looking around you in a recovery room. Are you okay? You know?
My only...
is that lost time, or what do you call that? To you, it's lost.
I mean, it's missing. It's for sure missing time. Time you're unconscious and unaccounted for. But it's like being a blackout drunk.
Yeah.
You don't remember when you forgot what you were doing, and you don't remember when you started again. You just know there's a big blur of time between then and then. But it feels like you just close your eyes and open your eyes, and only a second has passed.
Yeah, but it could be hours.
Yeah, you peed on your friend's radio and tried to hit on his sister, and you broke a door.
Except in this case, when they pick you up and carry you off.
Yeah, they're the ones doing it.
You come out better.
Yeah, not always. Some people are traumatized from life from it.
Well, yeah, they're scared because they don't know what.
But yeah, what did I just see? Who was talking to me from where? That's got to be a bit of a violation.
They definitely work on your brain.
They were discussing.
When you're asleep, it's like an operation. They put you to kind of sleep. A lot of them vaguely remember, like somebody was around me, but I didn't know who they were.
Little arms and stuff like operating on you. Yeah.
Well, they took you up there in their operating room, wherever it is.
They were talking about.
Why doesn't this happen in the middle of a city with a bunch of people? No, it happens way out in the
middle of the sticks,
where nobody else can see it.
They were talking about the cattle mutilations.
They don't want an audience, that's why. They want to catch you by yourself.
What are your thoughts on that? Have you heard of the cattle mutilations?
Yeah, that's another... Yeah, they could take a cattle. They say, well, cattle, us. They want to find out what's the difference between...
Us and them,
The type of animals...
And we're all made of the same material.
We're educated animals and can use our hands and our feet, and we have the power of reasoning, and animals...
Yeah, why are they in charge and why are the other ones not?
Yeah.
That would be confusing.
And they're cutting them open too, but they come back, but they can't communicate with us. But they know they lost time too, just like we did when they catch us, whatever.
There's something weird though about the cattle ones is that like we come back and we have little holes burned into our teeth or strange scars, or sometimes they'll find implants in people of unnatural materials. These cattle mutilations, some farm animals in general, they're having like surgical patterns carved out of their flesh. They're having their internal organs, like sexual organs, removed, and there's not a drop of blood to be found. Farm animals are being taken apart surgically, and no blood.
But do they return them, or are they dead?
Just leave them there. Look like they've been operated on.
But are they dead?
They're dead. Dead is, oh yeah, I mean, all their organs are removed.
They want them for their research.
They're exsanguinated, yeah.
They want them for their research.
That's
the same people who take us out did that, I think.
And they when they do it to us, they just don't return us. They just toss us in the bin or something.
No, they return us.
Well, I mean, say if they took out our organs, like if they do that to people, they start operating on them, take them apart, whatever. They're not going to return us. They just chuck us in the bin, no? In the incinerator.
No, they can return us with better organs, maybe.
Now that'd be interesting. I want to see that.
But people don't know.
Give me some new kidneys.
Believe me, I'll give you eternal life. Well, that's eternal life, really. Same body.
Just better pieces.
But better pieces on you make you live forever.
Take me a couple upgrades.
Like a robot.
Oh, yeah.
But if you can't remember everything, if you tell somebody something, they think you're crazy.
So yeah, and you don't even know that you have.
But just don't tell them.
Or you might forget and not even know that you have a replacement pieces here and there.
Maybe they can make you forget.
I mean, they showed that movie, The Men in Black. They had the little flash pen, and then you just forget what happened for like the last 2-3 hours.
No, maybe it's not as easy as that.
Yeah.
There must be some way to do it.
I mean, they can do it with a roofie. They can do it with a... right? Slip you a little something into the drink, and you don't remember. They've got it chemistry-wise. But no, that's nightmarish to think of. Yeah, it's not terrifying to you though to have that level of control, like someone else having that level of control over you, or just influence in your life, like the U.S. government, the police, things like that.
Yeah, but they're in denial. They don't want to.
Oh no, they have control over it. They can just walk in and gun you down.
The U.S. government wants control over us.
They have it.
If something is smarter and better and stronger than them, they don't want us to know it.
Right, because it invalidates their foothold on control.
Of course.
But yeah, that's been the doctrine of any government: is any threat to our control it must be removed.
The only thing is that
the only good Indian is a dead Indian, as they say, right? Back in the cowboy times.
But yeah, but if something out of the planet beyond the sun or whatever comes to attack Earth, then all governments, I think, will get.
Then all humanity, we become all the natives,
friends. And then we become united regardless of what kind of government we want to. They're above us. They're better than us. So let's unite to get them.
That's what every sci-fi movie, Independence Day kind of thing, where the Armageddon comes, the aliens come down, a War of the Worlds type thing. We all have to unite. Everyone forgets their race, their creed, their color, their religion, all that.
I've heard of all those movies, but I've never really seen them.
Well, you're not one to take to flights of fancy in such a way.
No, I'm just trying to piece this with that with.
Well, I mean, speaking of government and control and whatnot, there's been a recent resurgence in the last 2 decades or so of communism among the college set.
Oh, yeah.
And it's being extolled as some kind of great
it's
virtue.
Around, yeah, or a form of it.
What are your thoughts on communism?
Just another form of government. They believe do the ends justify the means. Because their goal is the same thing as us, want equality for everybody. Well, all men are created equal. No, they're not. I'm sorry, they're not.
I mean, we say it, but that's not really our goal. Our goal is that, truth and justice in the American way for the people that can afford it. Everyone else, you're not really important if you don't have money.
Well, time changes in people's opinion. Me putting it simply, with our government, a government where the majority rules, I don't like it because the majority of the people aren't very bright.
This is true.
So if the majority rules, then a bunch of dumb people are running us.
They say the albatross of the average, right? There's
that's like a queen or something. If a queen sees somebody guilty beyond a doubt, all proof has to be there. A judge and a lot of money can't get you out of it. You did it. Off with his head. This guy killed that person, and so many people saw them. Now, if they're lying to me and say they saw him, then their heads are going to come off. The punishment that's going to go to him is going to go to them for lying.
Of course, lying on false
Don't
telling
bear false witness against your neighbor.
and before the crown or before the whoever.
If everybody would follow the golden rule, well, yeah, doing to others.
Well, yeah, there's going to be rule breakers in every set, right?
Well, that's those you got to get rid of, and you can't. It's impossible because 1 out of 10 is a rule breaker.
But I ask you this: if the rule itself is unjust, is it wrong to break that rule?
What defines unjust? According to the majority?
Oppressive to the people, in violation of basic human rights, imposed upon the masses by executive authority?
Well, they used to say a guy and a girl and a girl is no good. Even in the Bible, any Bible, I don't care what religion it is, it states that in Leviticus 22 or whatever it is. Anyway, and now even Superman is gay. Did you see that?
I heard.
They showed a picture of Superman kissing another man. Superman's a role model for other boys?
Yeah, you get butt fucked with a kryptonite dildo.
They say that's love. No, that's like a, what do you call it? Perverted love, really. It's not. Love your neighbor, yeah. I love my dog, but I'm not going to.
Love your neighbor, but not in the ass.
Yeah. I love my dog, but I know it's screwing.
Yeah.
Different types of love. In tennis, love means nothing, so.
Yeah.
Your definition of love.
In life, love means nothing, too.
Yeah.
Just ask my ex-wife.
Love. What is love? Was it Jesus is love or whatever God is love? Well, that means love your neighbor. Love him. Don't hurt him.
Yeah.
Don't hurt. Why hurting him? Like even the criminals that commit. I'm not for killing them at all. Because why kill? Like Scott, what's her name from Peterson?
You're the one that like bashed his old lady's head and drowned her.
No, his wife. Yeah, he says, he's
or like chucked her in the water.
Look, what's a good-looking, good talker.
Ted Bundy was too, though.
And he couldn't beat a jury. The jury they too much against him. And now they're trying to give him. Well, no, I don't think they should kill a person that commits something like that. But do lock him up and keep him locked up.
Or like hack off all their limbs or something so they can't murder people.
Or somebody like that. No, that's mayhem. They commit mayhem.
Well, no, I mean if like there's a serial killer, they like to go around and like fuck people up, and you just gimp them so they can't. They're not a threat to nobody anymore. Like, yeah, go ahead. You can.
Yeah, well, that's the same thing. No,
you can answer
like that. Well, you can't kill him because we don't have the right to. Only God gave us life. Only He can take it. But if you're going to take somebody else's life, you're no better than him doing that.
Yeah.
So lock him up, though. Make sure and don't give him a computer, for God's sake.
Right.
So there he can command other people to do the job he's doing, like the gang leaders are
Mansoning.
Doing. Well, yeah.
Also, these like the two brothers that killed their parents, the Menendez brothers.
Yeah. Lyle and Eric.
Yeah, they both got married in the joint. One of them got divorced in the joint, and they said, well, why'd you divorce him? She said, well, he's not paying attention to me so much anymore. The sex dried up. He's been in fucking prison.
Yeah. No, but they get prisoner. It's not wrong with locking up people and all that, but and the cops aren't corrupt. It's the prison system is corrupt. Because everybody in there...
Prison industrial complex.
Cell phones, they confiscate it from one and sell it to $10,000 for another one. In there, even money will buy you a cell phone. But what? See, the prison system is all messed up. It's supposed to be punishment, or is that punishment, or is it rehabilitation? What is it? Are you punishing the person?
I thought the implication was that the punishment is supposed to be a rehabilitation, and if it isn't, it's a deterrent for other people to not commit crimes. It's like, no, you're going in the cage with the dudes who'll butt fuck you and kill you with a razor blade. You know what I mean? The Aryan Brotherhood.
No, it's okay to kill each other in there.
Yeah, they don't care. But I mean, when can you say the people in charge have ever really given a fuck? Like, isn't by the grace of the fact that you are in charge of everybody means that you don't have to give a fuck, really, because you're in charge. Who's going to tell you you're wrong?
Well, who's going to tell you?
Right? Is the world ever going to rebel against authority? Like, do we need governments to tell us what to do? I say we do, because people left to their own devices are fucking savages.
Yeah, that's been proven already.
Oh yeah. I mean, I feel left to my own devices start to lose my mind sometimes.
Yeah, the whole country though is.
Yeah, and then you said too, with a majority of these people being dumb as shit, with losing their minds with nobody to tell them no. No, I mean, being able to be told no is the being able to tell people no is the cornerstone of the government's power. Denial of want.
You try to tell somebody something, you go, see, I have the freedom.
Yeah, being able to back that no up.
The freedom of speech.
Yeah.
No, come on now, you can't yell fire in a crowded elevator or whatever, you know.
Yeah, you have freedom of speech within.
Speech, but you can't hurt someone by
up to a certain.
Tell John Gruden that.
Kill that guy. Yeah.
I didn't mean it. I just said it.
Was it Don Imus? Called him nappy-headed hose and lost his whole fucking career.
Is that what he called him?
Yeah, he tried to be funny. He told about the Georgetown girls. Those are some mean-ass hoes, some nappy-headed hoes, and he's this old country bastard. And it's like,
well,
there was no way you were gonna. He was trying to be funny though.
Well, he's not a racist. He was
trying to be clever.
Yeah.
And it bit him in the face.
You got to be careful now, but
because everyone's hypersensitive and whatnot. Yeah, you can't say anything about gay people. Can't say anything about black people.
They would come
white people.
In the 40s, when I saw my first Superman comics, I never thought Superman would come out actually pictured kissing another one, and yet I'm looking at it on TV. I said, I don't believe it. The idol of many people, they want him to be a gay person.
Well, they talk about first base, second base, third base, like when you're necking with a lady or when you're moving around with a gal. He's from Kansas, and they got some interesting stuff going on there in the corn husking country. I mean, that's where the game cornhole comes from. So
Nebraska's all the corn huskers.
Oh, damn! You got me on that one.
Well, Kansas and Nebraska, yeah.
The flatland.
Yeah, well, Nebraska,
middle of America.
Corn huskers, and Nebraska, the corn huskers. Yeah.
Yeah, and they'll drag you behind a truck back around there if you even show a little bit of a sachet in your walk. You know, that's good old boy country out there.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, you'd have to be made out of steel to be gay in public like that. I don't know.
Yeah, but who's going to argue with Superman?
That's true. Yeah, Superman could fuck anyone he wants.
He could do whatever
he could fuck a train.
well, they ought to bring a guy like him over here to the Tower District then.
That's interesting.
What do you think about that church over there then that they built there? They don't want it there. They need that.
I got nothing against the gays. I think no.
What
I've seen in straight relationships, how fucking awful people are to each other. Just like a wife beating and fucking cheating on each other, and just in a parking lot of a Save Mart. Just this lady
having a friend, but as far as sexual drive towards a man toward another man, then a woman can go screw a horse or a donkey or what?
In Mexico. It's about $50.
That guy up there,
$5-10 a ticket to watch a lady fuck a horse or a donkey.
The guy that they found up there that killed. They caused the 9/11. What do you call it?
Oh, Bin Laden.
Yeah, Osama Bin Laden. Was he screwing donkeys out there and all that?
I mean,
or were they screwing him?
That would have been funny. I know they threw his ass in the Marianas Trench, though. They threw him in the deepest, bottomless part of the ocean. And when they did the Transformers movie,
they said the government told us
they said that they did that. Yeah,
I don't think they even found him.
Yeah, probably not.
And it took about 20 of United States' smartest special forces men to trap one man.
Yeah,
one man
who we trained.
We trained for that. And he was out there.
No, we trained him
in the mountains.
We
trained his people.
Yeah, we trained the Taliban,
and he trained the others.
Yeah, we trained
the pilots and everybody.
We trained the Taliban to get rid of the Russians.
Yeah,
and then they went and used all that training, all the weapons, all the shit that we gave them to bite us in the fucking throat. Yeah. And then what happened? We sided with the Mujahideen, and they fucked us in the ass too. As well as a bunch of boys too, because I have a couple of friends that were in the military. They tell me about like going into a police station to whatever, do some kind of military thing, and we got to switch documents, and they're in there fucking each other in the ass behind the desk. Just insane, disturbing shit from over there. They had boys and stuff, and we had to look the other way because they're helping us fight the Taliban, and
that's like Penn State, like. Over there, got away with it.
The coach, that coach that was fucking grooming him and whatnot.
Coaches, a bunch of them. They covered up. Well,
Because then they did it at
for each other.
At the Blue Devils or whatever, the Duke Lacrosse. That hooker, said that she got gangbanged by a bunch of the lacrosse team, and then came out later that it was a false accusation.
Well, a whore got raped. How do you rape?
Yeah, exactly. She came there on orders.
Well, if you want, in other words, if you don't pay money to her, that means you're raping her, right?
And I'm pretty sure they paid her, but
they do that for a living. It's just like robbery.
But yeah, she got a train ran on her by a lacrosse team and like felt umbrage about it, or took umbrage with something, or I don't know. They called her a slur, or I don't know. Someone didn't tip, and so yeah, she claimed that the lacrosse team raped her. Even dudes that like weren't even at the party, as far as I remember. And then it turned out to be total bogus.
She wanted money.
She wanted money. She wanted to get hushed up, but I mean. Who trusts the word of a whore? Thank God.
She does that for a living, for God's sake.
Right?
You don't pay her, you're robbing her out of money. Like, what's the name of that comedian? The black comedian? Bill Cosby.
Oh, Cosby, yeah.
Bill Cosby. What was his name?
Bill Cosby,
Cosby.
Pudding Pop.
This happened 40 years ago. Why the hell did they come up with it now?
Oh, because he was still doing it.
Because he stopped payments to them. And it's okay for you to screw me, but pay me. And when they sue him, they sue him for money. In other words, it's okay for you to do it to me, but give me money for it. Well, doesn't that make you a prostitute then? You getting paid for it? I don't know. I don't understand.
Well,
but our way of life is lawsuits. I mean,
that's modern litigation.
That's how people make a living sometimes.
Burning one another.
Well, that's the law. That's the law,
Now, I'm sure when we get into the law, there's a lot of anti-Semitism and things like that.
It's that lady from Fresno. Remember, her son got shot in the back by the police. So she sued him, and in the court, and with a jury and all that, she won $4.9 million.
Wow.
And it just busted her the other day. She went to jail. You know for what? She was using that money for? To buy weapons, underground weapons, on the black market for her 14-year-old son and his gang in Callaway.
Wow.
That $4.9 million she probably half broke. She bought a big house with it, but then the rest she spent giving money to her boyfriend in prison, and the lawyers.
You know he's buying dope with it, yeah.
The lawyers end up with it and bail bondsmen. Because she went to jail and she bailed out.
Fuck.
For supplying it. She used that money for buying weapons.
And if your passport's not frozen, you just fly to another fucking country.
She should have used that money for something useful. Start a business. That way you can live the rest and leave that gang banging alone. When you got money, you lost your son already. What do you want to do? Lose another, a 14-year-old?
I always weird out on that too. Everyone says they don't have a choice when it comes to being a criminal. I never had a choice. I don't have any other opportunities. And it's like,
yeah.
How do you? Yeah, we come from all that. We come from that same well, and I mean, we ain't killing people.
Yeah, everyone has a choice. Conscience, not everyone has the same.
It's just easy. You want the easy choice. The easy choice is to fucking take the low-hanging fruit and just steal from your neighbors and get high and fucking whatever. The hard choice is to be sober and work hard.
Yeah, that's the hard way.
That's the hard fucking choice.
The other way, you take an easy way out.
But they say the easy way is usually not the right way anyway.
No. Well, it can be because it's proven. Sometimes it takes longer though for it to backfire on you.
Anything worth having is worth working for.
Yeah. Well, if you got any kind of a conscience, I mean, you'd say, well, I worked for this. Both men own a motorcycle. This guy stole his and changed the papers and all that. The other guy worked. It took him 2 years to work 40 hours a week to pay for it. Well, his conscience can rest, though. The other guy, either doesn't have a conscience or doesn't care.
You'd have to be looking over his shoulder for the next person to steal his bike from him.
Yeah, the other guy might find him and want his motorcycle back and is shooting to get it back. Whereas this guy has already paid. Well, they might steal his too, though.
Yeah. But that's true with having anything. Like, if you have anything worth having, someone else is going to want it. That's jealous. That's built into the bones.
Well, somebody who doesn't want to work for it would want it.
Who the fuck wants to work, really, though? But at the core, I mean, does anybody want to work?
Well, look at the Omnis. They say they don't work. Well,
Because if you do what you love, it's not. It's not
they work. They work their own farms, their horses, their this. They don't need to go by to the store to buy $5 for a pound of butter. They got their own butter. They make their own butter.
Yeah.
Hell, wine. Why go to the liquor store and buy wine? You can make your own wine at home.
This is true.
For your family.
This is true.
You can grow your own vegetables. You can grow your own chickens, and whenever time you want chicken, go out there, chop one up, and
it's inconvenient. Therefore, it's not worth doing. Says the modern culture.
No, the modern culture is.
It's foolish. It's wasteful.
It's get a financial advisor at $300 an hour. Financial advisor, good Lord, you can't even take care of your own money. You're pretty hard up if you can't do that. You make it $300 an hour for him or her. Basically, advisors.
You're so bad with money, you're willing to give up money to have someone tell you what to do with your money.
Yeah. That's what it amounts to.
It's fucked.
What are you? I'm a financial advisor.
Yeah. Oh, you mean a grifter? Or smooth talker.
What are you employed? How many people will go for that? Well, it doesn't take too many. What I charge.
This is true. The roadside rule and said, well, yeah, I can buy these in town, these air filters for $1.50. It's like, yeah, but it's 100 miles that way and 100 miles that way. I sell mine for $800. You ain't getting nowhere unless you buy this one. I only need to sell one a day.
Yeah. All I gotta do is sell one a day. Sometimes that works. That's why some people, it's better to. I just should go back to the old days. Look, people used to cook outside all the time. Now you can't even have a fire outside, right? Because of air pollution, this and that. Now here in Pineville anyway, the Border Brothers, they will cook outside. They claim it's a barbecue. But it's not a barbecue. It's a thing where they go heat their hands. Firewood, well, hell, you can go chop down an old fence anywhere. There's always wood around. You can make your own fire. You don't
Lots
have
of
to.
stuff burns.
Yeah. That's what people, when I lived in Clovis in the 40s and all that, everybody, well, not everybody, the people, the lower income, had a fire outside. Everybody did. They sat outside in the fire and all that. We went inside, we had a wood stove.
Yeah.
We put wood inside. As far as putting fuel in the stove, well, we used to get peach pits.
Yeah.
From Storelli's over there, where they used to cut peaches.
They burn slow?
Oh, they burn slow like coal. Nice. And hot. They burn slow. We had to put. You better be careful. Don't put too many in your stove because it gets so hot that it'll crack your
start
iron.
Popping.
Cast iron. No, it'll crack the iron. It's so hot.
Oh, because they're just cold.
We put a shovel full in our heater inside to heat it the whole house.
See, now that's something I don't think anybody knows. That's
peach pits.
That's an amazing one.
Also, you know how we did? You know that mosquito man that used to go and spray the air for mosquitoes? You know, we found somebody that had a cow go out there and get a dry cow turd.
Yeah.
A dry one, not a wet one.
Yeah.
A dry one. Yeah. And then set fire to it, and it would set smoke. And that smoke would drive all the mosquitoes away.
Oh, because of the methane coming off of it?
I think so, yeah. My dad did that in the 40s, I remember. And my mom one time, I said, go get one of those, Doña Pascuala, an old lady, she had a cow out there. Go get one of those cow turds. We're going to sit outside, play the guitar and all that. And, we're going to drive the mosquitoes outside in September. And all that, when all mosquitoes used to come out all the time.
Yes, sir.
Gnats and stuff. And
all the blood drinkers.
They go, yeah, but how can you smell it? But no, it goes up.
Yeah, you're outside. It's best ventilated.
It drives them away. Outside, the air, all smoke goes up. So you're not going to blow it in your face. Yeah, and the peach pits, people don't know that peach pits make a hot thing. Hottest. I've seen them. I've actually seen them break cast iron stove.
That's impressive.
It gets so hot.
And my
dad said, don't put too much in there.
Yeah.
Just put a shovelful. That will last the whole night. Next morning, they were still hot coals. Were still barely like a barbecue. After you settled, all their hot coals.
Yeah.
Still hot coals in there.
That's impressive.
Peach pits.
They
not apricot pits, because they make iodine out of apricot pits.
Aye.
And you don't want that burning in there.
No, that smell, a chemical smell.
Peach pits.
The times have changed in the last few decades, but there was a large anti-Latino sentiment for years and years. I mean,
now
Even now, yeah, he's come back around. But I mean, before, I mean, yeah, I mean, you're a witness to this. You're talking about the zoot suiters and the sailors and things like that, and military people hating us, but
in Fresno, do you notice that? Well, no, because you weren't born yet.
please, yeah.
But I noticed when I was in the 50s, 60s, even in the 70s, and I want to say 80s, there was no Mexican announcers, newscasters. Now 8 out of 10 are not a Mexican.
Or they have
I remember when Macker,
dash name.
your cousin Macker, he used to work for KMPH, and Mr. Pappas owned that. And I told Macker, hey, tell Mr. Pappas that why doesn't he have a Mexican announcer, a weather girl and all that? They're always white. And he did. He'd go in and ask her, and I said, what did he say? He says, well, none of them applied. I said, if one applied, would you hire? And now look at that. They're all because they couldn't speak it good enough. They didn't have the nerve. Now, did you see how they're all Mexicans? Now that it's leaning more towards the Latinos and everything, music, cooking. Now
they got to have an accent.
Yeah, and they have to be, the announcers and all that, they're all actresses and business people. They're, well, in Fresno County, especially in Fresno.
Yeah. Ricardo Ruiz with the news,
yeah, now especially in Fresno.
They always have a hyphenated name, so it's
That's where the non-Latinos, the white, whatever they call I call them the Trump whites, they're moving north. They're going to run out of space. They're going to end up going to Alaska or somewhere, I think. Well, they should.
Alaska, the whitest place on earth.
Well, how come,
except for all the natives.
Why aren't there any Mexicans in Alaska? Hell, they don't want to live up there.
We keep it warm. We keep it warm. Yeah, we're desert people.
Area, Mayates. There's only 5. Yeah, the 5 guys on the basketball team. That's the only ones, really. Or the ones in the military. There's no in Alaska. Isn't it a joke? They don't want to live in Russia.
Who the fuck would want to live in the snow like that?
Well,
that's vacation time.
People who are used to it.
Yeah, they're born there. I think it's funny too, like that their natives are just as dark as we are, sometimes darker. How the hell does that work? You would think they'd be pale, but nope, they are dark.
Yeah. Eskimos, they're like Indians, they were here already before.
Alaska. I mean, isn't that what we spring from? Don't we come from the natives?
It's different, yeah. Well, California and Mexico was all one.
Yeah, it was all.
Mexico and India were the same missions. See, why is it all?
El Camino Real.
San Jose, Los Angeles, San Diego, Santa Maria.
Yeah, but
they all used to be missions. It was all Mexicans here. It was all Mexicans. It's coming back again, too.
The Catholics came and whipped us, put us in the Iron Maidens until we decided to believe in Jesus.
We discovered California. We discovered it was here already. You took it over. You beat the hell out of them and go on in war,
Yeah, you pray to the cross now, or we light you and your kids on fire.
And to the Indians, they just paid them a jug of wine. Well, hell yeah.
All right, whatever, yeah. Sure, whatever. We'll believe in whatever.
Keep put a gun to their head and says, sell me this land for $10. Yes, sir. Here they are. Well, that's not buying it. That's taking it.
We goes as the cartels have kept that tradition live and well, though. You will take the silver or you'll take the land.
Yeah. That's what it was.
But it's the French, the German, the Spanish. They all, and even some of the English, whatever. They came.
What's the name of that black guy that beat up in L.A.? They became a millionaire and he drank himself to death. What's the name? The guy that beat up, remember?
Oh, King. Rodney King.
Rodney King, yeah. Like Rodney King.
I thought it was L.A.
Why can't we all just get along? He used to say, see, he won 13, 20 million or something like that. They give it to him. He could give a black guy enough rope and they'll hang himself. But sure enough, he bought a bunch of tuxedos. He bought his own limo, of course, and he bought his own chauffeur. He used to go to all the nightclubs and all that dressing. But for about 6 years later, he died of cirrhosis of the liver because he loved drinking so much. And he went to casinos and everywhere they respected him because he had money. And it took him a few years later, he died because he drank himself to death. His love was liquor, and he could buy all the liquor he wanted.
I fucking love drinking too, but I gotta dial it back. Why is it? I don't know.
You gotta think twice before you. See, you're not as rich as him. You can't drink all you want, but you can't afford it. Yeah. See, that's good. But think about that. He could afford it.
I don't know. I just don't know why it's so good.
He didn't last for 3 years or so. Remember? After he won the lawsuit, what good is it? Giving $20 million.
I mean, they got OJ eventually too. He got away with He got away with one thing, whatever, the
Yeah,
killing.
well, they caught him on the other.
And they got him for strong arm robbery over his own
stealing his own trophies.
memorabilia. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ain't that something? But I mean, that's a ego trip. That's he was the juice. That's James. Oh yeah, Orenthal James Simpson. That's I mean, that is a legend on the field. I mean, say what you want about his personal life. That motherfucker could play ball.
Yeah. Yeah.
Can't take that away from him.
Yeah, that's what he had the money in.
And when you're a star like that, you get an ego.
Yeah, but what good is it being the richest man in prison? I mean,
This
you're
is
in prison.
true. Yep. The only whores you're getting are dudes.
Yeah, well, no, they can buy women. You know?
That's more
Well, if you marry
complicated.
somebody now, you can have conjugal visits, whatever. Just tell her to go visit you every week. And then put men in between. Well, I guess, yeah. Well, but why would you want to unless
Yeah.
they make you?
That's
And the guards turn their head.
that's complicated shit, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'd rather be abducted by aliens.
Yeah, that would be it.
Or possessed by the
I
devil
wouldn't
or
mind
something.
being addicted by aliens. Maybe I'd come back and have eternal life.
Hopefully. Or at least something.
Or come out smarter,
better,
smarter.
yeah, a clearer insight to the universe.
Or maybe he might change my liver, my kidneys. I mean, I can't get a kidney transplant. I'm too old. Maybe I'd come up with a new kidney and say, well, you got new life here, man, you know.
I'd give you one of mine, but one is pretty much no good.
Oh, no.
A couple
You
injuries.
don't want to do that.
A couple
You got a lot of
injuries.
years left in life. I don't know. According to when I go to dialysis,
Aye.
then people are like, the place is called Davita, Davita, and
Yeah.
the nurse that was hooking me up with my thing, she was hooking the machine up to me. I told her, Davita, that means the life. I said, in Italian. She goes, well, you're Mexican, right? I said, yeah. She goes, well, what, do you speak Italian or what? I said, well, no, but everybody knows that means.
I know how to fucking read, lady.
She goes, no, but not everybody. I said, well, yeah, but I knew that because I worked with Italians for years. The Storellis, I worked with them since I was 7 years old. And they spoke Italian, a lot of Italian. My dad
Si,
understood
prego.
My dad understood a lot of Italian, you know. And he spoke with them Italian too. And she goes, yeah, W, it's the life. It's a new life that we're giving you. And you know, literally, because all the medications that we take by, any medication they want to give you while they got you hooked up, they go, well, you know what, your potassium is low. They just put it in that thing and it runs through your system. It spreads in your system right away without a pill.
Mm.
Or without injecting it. Like, they don't have to inject it. You're already hooked up.
Fucking mainlining it, yeah.
Yeah, the main line. And they run it through your system. It goes in and out all day. All they're doing is taking a pint at a time out and putting it back in over here, cleaned out, filtered out. So anything that they want to put into you, because my blood had something in it that it was clogging up the machine. Beep, 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 you know. It would beep every time. She goes, you know what, your blood's too thick or something's wrong in it. She goes, you know, next time you come, she goes, I'll tell the lady. And the nurse says, you know what, for the first half hour or 40 minutes, she goes, we're going to run a blood thinner in there through your system. And she put it in there. She goes, because of the machine, you're plugging it up. I said, but what the hell, what does that mean? She goes, no, then after that, then we'll just filter the regular once that thing goes through you. And yeah, for the first 30 minutes or so, they ran that through me.
Pretty decent?
And then I couldn't tell the difference. It was just going through me. But I could tell the difference. The machine didn't beep after that. And now, since then, this was 2 weeks ago. No, well, yeah, this is the second week. And she goes, you see, since we ran that through there, she goes, since we ran it through there, she goes, now the machine, see, you're not plugging up the machine. So that could help a lot. Dialysis could help a lot. People don't like to do it because it's so boring. You're sitting just like the chair.
Right.
Well, the chair itself is comfortable, but you don't want to sit like this for 3.5 hours. Nobody wants to. But people fall asleep there sometimes.
That'd be the best way to do it, no?
Yeah, but you got to do it because she showed me the papers. She goes, oh, you're doing good. I said, well, am I supposed to feel better or what? Well, you know, come to think about it, I am getting better from my leg. You know what was really hurting me is between the leg and dialysis, it all got me scared. But I am getting better. I'm walking better. You see right now?
Yeah?
Oh, hell, 2 weeks ago I couldn't do that. I couldn't walk out like I walked with that guy Sabono's right there and back.
Mm.
You know, I can go to the dollar store now and back right here. Damn. Except climbing that little hill is.
Yeah.
So I got to go the slow way. But see, I wasn't able to walk around with this. No, up till right now when you saw, I was using that wheelchair for almost everything.
Self-improvement, right? Gotta be healthy. Or at least try.
So I might have a little more violent in me than I thought. I thought for sure I was coming already to the months, if not the weeks.
Jeez.
And now I says, oh hell, I might be kind of a year at a time now instead of a month at a time. And the way that dialysis lady told me, she goes, no, she goes, as long as you keep coming. She goes, you miss. I said, if I miss a day, I'm going to die or what? She goes, no, I don't want to put it that way, but you're going to notice it next time you come. If you miss a day, you can notice it when you come back.
Not gonna feel great, yeah.
If they tell you 3 times, the next time you come, we're going to filter out more stuff than we. If you miss one, and then that means you miss 4 days instead of 2 days. See, then we're going to filter out more stuff. So, but with that thing, they can give me medication through it, and it spreads so quick.
That's pretty cool.
Like in an emergency, it's like having. If everyone had one at home, they could hook yourself up.
That would be neat.
Yeah.
I mean, you could get over a hangover pretty damn quickly with one of them.
Even that, sure.
Just filter you right out.
If you put it, filter it right out,
Mm-hmm.
and put in whatever you need. If you need what's good for a hangover?
Yeah, that's put the saline solution, put the potassium, everything, vitamin B, everything that's stripped out of your.
Put all that in there. A little bit. Well, the doctor would have to prescribe. You
Yeah,
have
of course.
to get a little bit, whatever you need. Put that through that machine, it would go right in, right through you.
Yeah, that's everything.
It's already spreading your body. You're good. You feel better.
It's everything gets stripped out of your
In
system.
those 3 hours you spent there, I would say I would get rid of your hangover right completely. You'd be a new man.
Mm.
You're right. You're right.
That sounds cool.
They could even dry out a addict.
Now that's fascinating.
Probably.
Take it right out of your system.
You could use it to dry out an addict.
Mm.
That's right. I never thought of that. Because that machine could do a lot of things. When I got to think about
blood, a full-body blood filter is heavy.
Every once in a while, they come up with newer things that they can do with that. A person that needs this, needs that.
Mm-hmm.
For pain, that like that. Well, they could, instead of giving you a shot or something, put that drop, put it through here, when it spreads right through you, through your full blood. But see, you don't want stuff right there for pain. Because pain is just curing the pain. Whatever caused that pain is still there.
And they still have to filter it out of you anyway.
You want it filtered out of you, whatever it is. Yeah.
I wonder about progress. I wonder about the values that our society keeps. I wonder if that moving forward at any cost is really what we should be doing, because it seems like we're moving our world, our society, our technology, our everything. We're forcing it forward and we're making great strides ahead. But I think every time we make a great stride forward, we forget
it's going to cost something.
Yeah, we forget a lot of things that we've taken for granted over the years.
Tell me about it.
Hopefully the progress that our society undergoes will allow us to see what's important in a clearer light earlier and more often as individuals.
I say have a simpler life. Try to lead a simpler life.
This is true.
Simpler life.
Complications and ostentations are often unnecessary. Simple status symbols to show that you're better than your peers or your fellow man.
That's
right. It's a feather in the headdress to show that you're
human nature. I mean, everybody would be better.
We're naturally inclined to compete with one another. Do you think that's right? Being an athlete, and a sportsman, and a coach, you're a majority of your adult years. Do you think that it's built into us, or is it taught to us, the need to compete with one another?
Well, they say competition is good for the individual, because it'll make you a better person. Well, I say too, it's hard to compare yourself. Every kid that plays basketball say, well, I'm practicing because LeBron James said that if you work hard, you can get anything you want. Well, it's not true. You can't get everything you want, not to a certain limit. If a little kid, I can't lie to a kid telling him, you work hard, look at LeBron James. Well, no, you can't. He's a gifted athlete already, and he bettered himself already. And you can get better than what you are, yeah. But you will never reach that. I can tell right now at your age, because at his age, at your age, he wasn't like that. He was way better than you already. to begin with.
Yeah, but you can't shit on a little kid like that because it'll crush them, right?
Well, no. Well, a little kid, you just got to tell him, be the best you can be. And I guarantee you'll be a better. I'm not the best coach in the world. You're not the best athlete in the world either. But if you listen, you'll come out better. Even this year, just within 4 weeks, 6 weeks that I work with you right here, by the 6th week, you're going to be way better than what you are right now. I'll tell you that right now. In more ways than one. Not just in your skills, but off of the team in school. Because, the first thing I told them, I said, look, you guys are on the school team. You guys represent the school. You guys are supposed to get better grades than them, listen better, pay attention better. You're looked up to by them. So when you kids don't turn in your homework, I said, oh man, that makes me look bad. I feel bad. I said, because you're supposed to be an example for the other kids. Some of them can't be that good because, 70 kids try out at Kazner, 70 kids try out for the basketball for one team.
Yeah.
And you got to pick 15? Wow. The ones that do make it, well, it's hard to pick out of 70 if you only got a week to pick them in. Here, we don't get enough kids in Pine. It's a small school. But I said, you're looked up to by the others, and so that's why I expect you guys to be better than them. Be better students, better citizens, better listen to your parents. Turn in your homework. That's important. I said, because on Wednesdays, I get a shoot out by the principal. So-and-so is failing. It could be my top star, and I won't play him. I can't. Even if I wanted to. Even if they allow me, I don't think I would, because school comes first. Your academics comes first.
You're rewarding a negative behavior.
Yeah. But you got to be able to, well, I don't have time. Yes, you do. I see you walking around out there in the streets out there. No. Use that hour you're walking around out there for something else.
If it's important, you'll make time.
Unless, you have time to go to the boys' club still for an hour and still do your homework. After practice, you still have time to do that. And still then, eat a good supper, get a good sleep. Like before a game, I tell them, eat good. Eat salads and stuff like that. You don't want to be all fattened up before, next game, next day you have a game, get a good night's sleep every day. When you're young, that matters. They say, oh man, I stayed up till 11 o'clock. Well, no, make a habit of getting to bed early if you're young. Mm. It'll pay off. That's a lot.
So you do all your growing.
It has a lot to do with your health. Well, yeah, sleep has a lot to do with your health, Even a person in their 20s, their 30s, you go to work. Well, I went to work with a hangover. Man, I didn't want to get up this morning. Well, that's,
Yeah.
I stayed up till 1, man. If you're used to going to bed at 10 or 11,
yeah,
you stayed up till 1. Those are 2 hours that you missed the sleep. Those 2 hours, you can't say, I'll make it up. No, you can't make them up. You already lost it there.
I can attest to that. I've had sleep issues my entire life, and once I started drinking and trying to go to work,
we all have.
I feel like dog shit without sleep.
Yeah,
I could feel the difference. I feel like a Lego man. My arms are just going to pop right off. I try to lift a box, anything more than like 50, 60 pounds.
Well, you need sleep more than you need eating.
This is true.
Yeah.
Yeah, eating is just the fuel. The sleep is where everything goes.
By keeping them awake, you can torture them. Because after a while, if you don't sleep, you start seeing visions.
Start coming apart. Hypnagogic hallucinations.
You go bananas, And if you go without eating, you just turn skinny.
Right. But the monks have shown that you can go a long time without eating. Yeah. But they sleep.
People fast for 30 days. But water.
Intermittent fasting has become a big trend in the health community as well.
Well, but you gotta have water though. Water.
Of course, yeah. Water is key for any living creature. But I think on that aspect, it's a good way to round off. Are there any books, anything like that you feel like people should read? Anything that doesn't get the acknowledgement? I know you've always been a big Soroyan.
Well, I'm a Soroyan fanatic, and I was just reading Steinbeck right now. When TV went out, I hadn't read in a long time, and I read The Great Sarath. I think people should read that. Also, The Good Earth by Pearl S. Buck. I think people ought to read it now, and they'll see what life really is. Now they take everything for granted, Read The Good Earth. Have you heard of it? By Pearl S. Buck?
Yes, sir.
In the Orient from China.
Fantastic.
Read or skip through it if nothing else.
No, of course.
That and the Grapes of Wrath, I think, is very. Tortilla Flats, The Pearl, by Steinbeck. The Pearl, Tortilla Flats, all those. I think I love Steinbeck. Actually, I love his books more than Soroyan. But Soroyan's a Fresno native.
Of course, you got to give love.
Steinbeck's from Salinas, but actually, I like Steinbeck's.
Steinbeck is known for something specific other than the Grapes of Wrath.
Oh, no, Tortilla Flats, The Pearl, of Mice and Men, East of Eden.
Mice and Men, that's the one.
Of Mice and Men, yeah.
That's the one he's really known
Lenny
for.
and George.
Yeah. Oh, man. But, again, a fantastic way to end this interview is with exactly that.
Well, I think that those movies, now it goes, did you see the movie of Mice and Men? I said, no, but I read the book. I've seen the movie. It's not the same. The movie is not the book. It's a book.
They're redoing Frank Herbert's Dune, and David Lynch did a movie version of it, and it was decent in the 80s. And they're redoing it with younger, new stars, and they're going out on a limb to really make it modern. But I mean, the book series itself is very popular and very, very, very complicated. And
well, there's nothing like good old reading to me.
This is true.
Reading is becoming obsolete. You know what? There's an article, I don't know if it was predicted, it says about reading. The professional readers that read a book for you. What? Have somebody read a book for you, for God's sake. Read it yourself.
How do I apply for that job?
Yeah. They say no, but they're so good that they can
interpret.
They interpret the book, make it look like it's alive, and all that. No. Read the book yourself. Well, that makes people lazy, I think.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's just like computers. Oh, my kid can learn from home. No, he can't. Mama can do the homework for him. If Mama's too dumb, Papa can do it for you. But what if Mama failed and then Mama does the homework for you? See what I mean? You're going to fail too? No, not your mom. I'm thinking anybody.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Oh. We got to get the B and read this today. Oh, I'm dead against that.
Heard any good books lately? Listened to any good books lately? If you have, you're in good company. Listening to books rather than reading them is increasingly popular.
That's why people are getting dumber. That's the stupidest thing. Encouraging people not to read.
Wow.
That's reading, writing, and arithmetic, for God's sake. If you can't read, you can't do anything.
You heard it, people. You can't read, you can't do anything. Pick up a book, try harder, put in the work. Grow up. This has been the Dogman Sideshow.